Yo. What's good, folks?
What up?
Shout out to my soldiers that served for us and gave us this so-called freedom that we enjoy in America. You know, because it's still supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave, but we still modern-day slaves. We just don't live in huts and caves. But if you misbehave, you can end up in the grave. Or might end up getting paid. Right. Who knows? But anyway, episode 19 coming at y'all live and direct. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. This is a dedication to our soldiers and Memorial Day. So, get ready for this hot, epic episode of the Black and Brown Radio Podcast, episode 19, coming to you live. Big ups.
That's what's up, MadVerblz One.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Episode 19. I am your co-host, Ivan the Devious One.
Devious.
Yes. Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Bienvenido a mi raza, mi familia.
El movimiento africano y chicano.
Bienvenidos al afroamericano y latino movimiento. Mi nombre es Iván Castillón. El Devious me dicen. So let me go ahead and introduce my co-host and also our two very special guests we have this evening. So let me go ahead and actually introduce the mad scientist, which he grilled today.
Right.
And he did a great job.
Killed it.
Chef MadVerblz 1.10. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it to the mad scientist, MadVerblz!
What? Alright. Big ups to all my roots and culture and all my peoples, African and Latinos. Or if you want to call yourself Hispanic, so be it. But big ups, Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 19. We're about to hit you over the head with it, live and direct. We got my brother in the house tonight, brother JR. Y'all know him. With that great soulful R&B-ness. And then we got our young prophet from the Bay Area, our little brother,
Siloe.
Y'all ain't even ready for it.
What's up? Big ups.
Hey, big ups to Ivan because I just took his moment. My bad. But, you know, I was flowing right there, so it just came out like that. Now,
my moment, man.
Back to Devious, though.
Alright, so here we go. So let me go ahead and introduce the red, bearded, bearded one.
What the hell? What?
He is right.
He is not the THC though.
No,
he used to be.
But don't smoke no more ganja, so we're going to move to the next step.
Here is the red bearded bearded one, the red bearded bearded one.
There you go,
This is the Franco Road.
Yo, red bearded bearded one goes to the spider, one to light from the sun.
Son.
And before we go ahead and introduce.
Wait, hold on. We don't call you son because you shine. We call you son because you eye.
And of course, let me go ahead and introduce our return special guest. I like to call him good old JR because he reminded me of Jim Ross. WWE.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, you don't even know about wrestling.
Some old white dude from the wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, better crack your wine bottles open and take your panties off for this guy because he can sing a fucking R&B like he ain't no tomorrow.
It's soulful, man.
Yes,
Soul man, JR. Give it up to JR, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good to be back. I ain't been here since like the first
Beginning of the year
episode.
was like February.
We did the first
Oh
one.
no, I came back for the third one or fourth one.
Yeah.
This is
Now
your,
y'all
this
at
is your third
19.
episode.
I feel behind.
Hey, but at the
That's
same
another
time,
fucker. Y'all at 19. I remember 1 and 4. But I've been keeping it. Y'all been doing good, man. That's what's up.
looking
That's
out,
what's
man.
up. Kept it going.
We're going to have to keep building. You know?
Yeah.
We're live on the ass in the next, probably episode 20, we might be live.
we should.
Get it.
Yeah, we
Blast
will. We
them
will.
Yeah.
Bust them out with the set.
20th anniversary. We should.
Green screen and
Yep.
shit.
All that kind of shit.
And of course, we got another founding father of the Black and Brown Movement. He is one of the prophets. I like to call him the deadly Silas. Mr. Silas.
Hey,
Russ.
what's up, everybody? And I'm glad to join the podcast today. It's been a long time coming. I really enjoy the podcast and look forward to coming to more and stopping in and you know what I'm saying, sharing my my word.
That's what's up.
That's right.
Yeah.
It took you long enough to get your ass on route.
Right.
So,
We're from the Bay.
That's right. I'm from the
All the
Bay.
way to the Bay.
Shout out to the Bay Area.
That's how we do it. What's up?
Hey, well, you should, Papa Siloe, be able to help us out with this next thing we do, which is the anthem.
Go right ahead, kick it off.
To join in on that, you know what I'm saying?
I'll definitely join in. I'm
Wait,
we gonna lead you. We gonna lead you. Don't trip. Come on.
MadVerblz, come on,
Let's
man.
do this.
Big ups to the world. This is what we know and what we believe is true in history. We, the Black and Brown movement, believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived in our slime. From east to west,
we are
all
people of the sun.
For 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Through 500 years of resistance. The only thing to retain through bravery and persistence. The gospel, the culture, and the music.
Yes.
Kick it off, Mr. Brock.
The purpose of this podcast is to promote independent and underground artists, whether they be graffiti, dancers, painters, poets, DJs, singers,
B-boys and B-girls.
B-girls. Whatever your art may be, we're here to promote the positive relations between black and brown people, and we do not discriminate because we are what? IMC.
International Multicultural.
Which means
worldwide.
worldwide. No borders, no boundaries, no
And no
limits,
gimmicks.
and no gimmicks.
That means no what?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We are the voice of the people. We hope that our message is received across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south.
That means worldwide.
Worldwide, baby, worldwide. So that'll take care of our intros for the night for this podcast, episode 19. Very special Memorial Day. We memorialize those that are out there on the front lines and fight for us, our peoples, our black and brown peoples, our international multicultural peoples who are citizens of this nation, who fight for this nation. We might not believe in the
There's
government.
some that are not citizens of this nation, but are,
You're right.
transplanted.
That's
to
very
this
true.
nation.
Yeah,
That's
no,
very
you're right.
true.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
are right. Yeah.
Big ups to everyone that has bled or went out there to fight and catch a bullet, dodge a bullet, or a fucking grenade or IED. Respect to all y'all, because we enjoy this Memorial Day as we're doing right now, sitting here and watching basketball and listening to music and eating
Barbecues
noodles and able to
drinking.
go about as we choose to do and shop or whatever the hell you do in your day. You know what I'm saying? That's the price that is paid by those soldiers that go to war for us. And we thank you, we appreciate all of you, ancestors and those that are present as well. Respect.
That's right. We give a lot of mad respect to all of you guys that served for our country. That's that done the service wise. You guys had the balls to go ahead and do it. And you know what? Kudos to all of you guys. Thank you very much for your service and your honor that what you have done for all of us to save our lives.
Yeah, this episode is dedicated to that. That is our main topic. Of course, we'll have our usual sports segments. Our top five. And that segment is going to be Papa Siloe. Go ahead and remind the people the segment you came up, the top 5.
Oh, the top 5 things you can't live without. So, in that segment, we're going to be sharing our top 5 things we can't live without. Some of you guys already got, first things pop into your head, but I'm not going to say anything, but, I'm sure everybody's going to go around in this circle and come up with 5 things they can't live without.
Absolutely.
It's not physical. It can be...
be whatever.
Be whatever it is.
Whatever it is, it's yours.
I can, but I ain't gonna say it right now.
Yeah, we won't go.
Save it for yours.
I'll say
Save it for yours, and I'll take it.
And I'm looking at it right now. I can't live without it.
You leak your seat, you leak one of your 5, somebody just spill it.
Yep.
Hey, that was mine.
Hey.
But you don't tell your secrets until it's time to reveal it.
Right. So,
Keep business secrets quiet. You don't tell them. Trust.
So we started off with current events as we usually do. And,
Well, what the hell's the current events? Because I'm having a great time with this fucking barbecue.
Current event we're going to talk about
Go
is
for it.
the spotlight that's on all the men in the industry and power abuse. Why the spotlight on those women of power that will abuse their power in the industry? There were some names mentioned in the beginning. What happened now? Why has it become such a silence about the women with power in the industry? Something's wrong right there.
What industry are you referring to?
In all the industries.
I think that it's been a long time coming for this.
Well, I know that part.
We've been abusing power since the beginning of time.
Overall,
and now we're getting a little pocket. You know, it's not gonna last long.
Yeah, I mean, I already know what it is. I just want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be over real soon.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
well, you got to think about when women, as women teachers, you got men teachers, you got sports authorities, you know, people who are coaches and coaches in any sport. You know, they're basically are men. When they get prosecuted or when they get, I guess, convicted or maybe even thought of having some kind of sexual relations with one of their students, male or female, doesn't matter the gender, the male seems to be the one who's thrown under the bus and put into jail,
He's
right?
got to fight from inside the system.
Right.
Whereas the woman gets to come
but then
to
I
and
see,
from on a regular living basis is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Why is it different?
That's
what we were talking about earlier.
I mean, you can look at a roster. I mean, I don't know what site it is, but you can look at a roster of female teachers
It's a bunch.
who
violated young
boys.
Yeah.
I know
Who rape young boys.
Violated young children. No, say that shit what it is. Violated young children's innocence.
They violate young children.
That's in high school.
I mean, I've heard a lot of them getting caught up though, then doing time or doing, you know.
Yeah, they get time. The principal point we're making is they don't get arrested immediately like the men. The men go to prison or jail immediately.
You know, my band director in high school got caught fucking around with one of the clarinet players. She was 14.
Oh,
he just had a baby. No, he didn't even go to jail.
Was he white?
No, he was black.
Really?
What?
Black high step marching band, black school. Yeah, band director. No, he didn't go to jail.
Are you from like a small city or what?
I'm from Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Shouts out.
Yeah.
Hey, shouts out. Hey, I forget my brother's name, but he hit me up on Instagram and asked. He was from Charlotte and asked how he could be down with the Black and Brown movement.
Sure did. Word up, Spec.
Yeah, I forget your name, brother, but I know you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out on the IG.
What's up, y'all? I'm out here.
Black Brown Movement 88. This is the channel for our YouTube channel, Black Brown Movement 88. Check it out. Also, Instagram is also Black Brown Movement 88. So, you know, support, comment, feedback. Appreciate your comments, brother. And as I mentioned to you, I gave you the breakdown on how you can be down. Just listening is the first step, and we appreciate you.
Feedback and comments.
So let's go back to the topic.
That's what I want to get back to.
I just put up a list. I just went on Google, and you can pull up a list of female teachers. We have Stephanie Peterson. She was arrested in February 2008 of allegedly having a secret sexual relationship with a 14-year-old boy. Police say. I can go on. I can keep going. I have Deborah Lefevre, who was recorded to have sexual relations with a boy in Temple Terrace, Florida, charged in 2004. 2 counts of lewd and lascive. I can't even pronounce the word right now, but anyways, the kid, he was 14 years old at the time. These are sexual relations.
What was that one they made the movie about? And they had babies together and everything. They like still together. She went to jail.
Why are these
she got out of jail.
women?
She's still with him.
These women are not considered
She went to jail though.
or sick fucks.
Yes, they are. She went to prison for a long time.
They not
No, she had
registered
a baby by him. Think about
She
that.
had 2 babies.
Right, that takes it to the next level.
Why they
Look,
not
so
registered as pedophiles?
Can
She
I
did. She went to prison.
but I'm saying, I don't know if these women. I got Alexandra.
Men have to register.
I got Alexandra
Wherever they
Vera.
live, they gotta go register at the police station.
Alexandra Vera, Texas middle school English
They still
teacher.
got to register though.
And these
Yes,
girls,
they do.
these young ladies are 24 to
Yes,
like
they do.
27. She was 24 at the time. She allegedly had sex, child sex abuse charges, and with a 13-year-old boy. And she was 24. And I'm sure she's free right now.
Let me.
I can keep going on.
I know
That's
you
the
can.
point of our
Let me
topic right there.
and let me answer the question.
Why they not in prison like men?
Let me
Men
answer that
been
question.
doing 20 years and shit.
You've asked that question. You've asked that question, and I think you kind of touched on it in the beginning as well.
Wait, before you even go into that, our family member, nigga, our cousin got fucking detained with some fucked up fraudulent ass shit like that as a man. He ain't touched nobody.
Well, we're back to that point.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
it was
be
about his daughter.
Wait. You can
and
be
it was his baby mama who threw that on him, and it didn't happen.
You can
and
be
he ended up doing
accused
time.
of anything.
Yeah.
As a man, you can be accused.
But you
of
can accuse a
anything.
woman of that shit, it ain't gonna happen.
No, and
that's the point.
Look, it's 2 words. It's 2 words.
We used to hang them and tell them witches and shit and burn them up. So
right, right. But look,
at least I ain't gotta worry about that.
The answer to the question is
hang
2 words.
them and you're a witch. Like, oh,
You're a witch. Here's the 2 words: double standard.
Exactly.
Those are the 2 words.
Hypocriticism.
It's been that way from the beginning of time, and he made a point too. I'm not gonna condone what these women are doing. I'm not gonna say that what you guys are saying is wrong. But at the same time, if you look at history and how women have been classed, have been.
Demi Moore showed that it's been going on just as long as the fucking
But
men.
women have
It's
been.
just not as many women in power.
But
so I ain't buying that shit.
Women have been a minority,
been able to vote for 100
Women
years,
have been a minority. They haven't been able to vote. They've been treated as second-class
That shit
citizens.
ended in the 70s, bro.
It's
But
been
what I'm
100
saying-
years since
let's
women
go
could vote.
right, and let's go to the Old Testament. How women you could not stand in front of a man. You had to walk behind a man.
So what does that have to do with being a pedophile in 2018?
It's a history.
That's just one portion of life that you got that's fucked up, but that's sexual.
But sexual is sexual.
We're talking about history.
A man abuses power
of women
sexually.
being fucked over.
Why is it different?
Okay,
Because the
so
woman,
if women-
she got power, she abused her power sexually. She ain't spotlighted. Women ain't getting spotlighted.
Right.
That's some fucking bullshit.
So
period.
Yeah. So his point. I mean,
Circle of debate. Let's go.
I can go on. I mean, I got
It's double standard.
I got Hunter
But
Day.
double standard goes both ways.
Hunter Day was an Oklahoma high school teacher. Was arrested for allegedly having sex with a male student.
Not when you black. It don't.
She was 22
Well,
at the time.
now that's a whole different dynamic.
You
Imagine
said
being a
double
black
standard
men and
goes
women, or is
you
it?
said
Are
double
we
standard
talking
goes
about
both ways.
Wait, so
Yeah.
everybody that I'm showing you are pretty much Caucasian women.
Hello.
I know a case in Fairfield,
one
California, where I
black
used
chick.
to live.
That was plenty
She
of
was an
cases.
English teacher, and she had a relationship with the young man, but the young man was to pursue her. He was a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? He was a 16 or 17 at the age. He was a jock. But what I'm showing the predators seem to be Caucasian women. I don't know why. I can scroll through here. You guys can scroll through here too. And they all seem to be from Colorado, not California, sorry,
New
Texas.
York,
No,
Connecticut.
Midwestern type of people.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of them are Midwest.
Let's say this.
Where they ain't getting no dick from their husband.
Yeah, and they're married.
My
They're
bad.
married.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's say that those women, and you said, and I mean not statistically, but what you were looking at, majority of them being Caucasian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could say white privilege. We could say them taking advantage of the strife of women over the generations, and now.
Sexually neglected, nigga. They need some dick. Nigga.
Okay, hey, that's a whole nother.
I respect that perspective.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And what I'm noticing
That-
too, all these teachers, they're under the age of 30. So they're anywhere between 24 to 30.
Okay.
They're kids too, like
They're young,
young.
so
Yeah.
they're still attention seeking.
Yeah.
You know.
But
That's why they peak
But
sexually.
that is everybody's
Pussy on
perception
fire.
and stuff. Like to me, like a
First-
18-year-old
that's
fucking around, or 17-year-old fucking around with a 21-year-old. That's not that bad to me. Like it's just not.
Okay, but what if you're a teacher? You got a
That's
master's
that league. That's
degree.
what America say is wrong. But like,
Not
you
in
gotta,
Texas.
I can see like a
Not in
14-year-old and a 72-year-old.
In Texas, it's not illegal to be with a 17-year-old.
But I'm just okay.
It's
So
not
say
illegal in
you're
South
13.
Carolina either.
See?
Say
You're
you're
16.
Yeah, 16.
Right.
You
In
know.
some states, it's 14 even.
No.
Utah.
Yeah.
They
Utah.
changed it from 14 to 16.
Oh, they changed
I don't
Okay, I
fact
know it
check.
was.
I don't know the facts.
You can get married at 14.
Yeah, he's right.
still.
You know, they changed it from 14 to 16.
I believe you can still
They do.
You guys quote me on this, but I think you still have to be like 15 or 16 to get married.
Yep.
In South Carolina.
Yep.
15 and 16. I don't
Because that way you become emancipated minor.
But
You're
back
a minor,
to-
but you're
Let's
emancipated
move on though to
you're
current
adult.
affairs.
Well, yeah, but see, I want to end this right quick with that. You know, I'll tell you one thing though. I think you never hear a Latina teacher, Latino kid.
Bullshit.
You never really
Some
know.
Latinas in that shit, nigga.
No, you know, hold on.
That's it.
Hold
I
on.
haven't seen them on the news of Cape Cow.
Hold on.
Don't get it
Y'all just
twisted.
don't say
Hold on.
that.
No, exactly. We don't say shit. You
like
like, oh
it.
shit.
You like it.
Exactly. I love this shit.
Taker.
Oh man. Hey, I would love a Latina fucking chick and fucking
I'm
do
mad.
this shit. I was 13 years
Why you
old.
saying that? I'm mad. When I was in junior high, I went to Warren Lane. We had a couple older teachers. The bitches gave me a hard time. I know what it was. But they didn't give me the pussy. Found out later, the high yellow little punk ass nigga that I beat up. Baseball nigga named Jeff. Forgot his last name. He was a little pussy. But Miss Wakefield, yeah, I put your name out there because you knew you wanted to fuck a young nigga, but you didn't give me your coochie. So I'm putting you out there. I'm mad. Y'all was bullshit. Y'all was fucking young niggas.
Okay.
Y'all don't want to fuck a real nigga that already want to
You
fuck
won't
you.
get me, man.
I was a young nigga on it. I was on it.
Oh, because he knew the game. So
Yeah,
they wanted
straight up.
somebody who didn't know the
Lame.
game. Yeah, yeah.
Right. I'm a lame, but I ain't a lame.
Nah, you was
Like,
probably.
I can play lame, but don't be thinking
No,
I'm
no, nobody.
fucking
Hey, hey, teachers don't have time to be extorted.
They want
okay?
the dumb
Yeah,
ones,
they
'cause
want-
they're not
Oh yeah, but
saying
see, they
that.
got
Dumb.
they got some biology
Bitch.
shit on a young cat, right? Let's see, okay, where is the penis? This is where it is right
All
here.
right, look. Here's another current affair we've been
Current event.
yeah, you know,
You there.
slurring, you know, Stella's, shout out Stella Artois, you know what I'm saying?
I know you're having an affair
Menage
with
a
Stella,
trois,
but
you know, Heineken.
Stella!
Hey, it's been a lot of beer and bullshit today, you know, barbecue and watching the fucking Celtic lose, but we'll get to that later.
So,
But current affairs, U.S. officials meet with North Koreans despite uncertainty surrounding Trump, whatever his name is.
I mean,
Chump?
And
The Trump.
the Kim summit.
He who should not be named.
Right.
right.
Voldemort, right? So we've been dealing and kind of talking on this current affairs for like the last 3 podcasts, I want to say. And this shit is still ongoing.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Because like we said in the previous initial ones, I feel it's a trickery to just get South Korea to be aligned with him, but they really trying to make a move to be a superpower.
Yeah.
To make a move on some real war conflict.
Yeah. I agree
Blow
with
half
that.
of our country up.
Yeah. Because that motherfucker's made too many threats.
Yep.
Started shooting missiles. He just shot missiles to South Korea. Now y'all cool? You gonna be cool?
Yeah.
You can never be cool with me if you shot missiles over my place of residence in my country.
Seems like the South Koreans are scared and like pussy fired or something.
What do you
You know
mean?
what
That's
I'm
why
You
America.
know what we did to them?
That's why America's been so
South
tough
Koreans
on
or
their
North
law.
Koreans?
Korea, period. We fucked Korea up.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
Korean
that's
War,
the
yeah.
That's the pineapple war.
But now they
Yeah.
gonna create some shit that's gonna fuck us up if we keep fucking with them. I think we need to just go to leave and keep alliances with them and keep South Korea and keep that shit because we over there.
Well,
Yeah.
again, look,
We're over there.
Trump was supposed to meet with this dude, Kim Jong-un. And
You can't trust that nigga.
of course.
All his people are oppressed. How can you trust a motherfucker who don't let his people have a voice?
Well, at least the good thing is the fact that
Real talk.
some of
That's
some of the
culture,
other
though.
officials in
That's
the
their
government, which fuck the government by the way, anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
But
fuck all them in the
at
face.
least
That ain't
some
the
of them
people.
said fuck Trump and said we're gonna still go meet with these motherfuckers anyway, even though you fucking shit up. Because as I think you guys both mentioned, JR and MadVerblz, that you know they still need to fucking get some sort of common ground and leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to
Yeah,
fuck
because
with him and provoke
on a
him.
whole different aspect, we can't even afford to
No.
have situations with China,
Nope.
North Korea, because Iran is sitting there
We
waiting.
need to leave Asia alone. Period.
Iran is sitting there with fucking even about that. This is the point of nigga Iran is sitting right there waiting. And while we get in the conflict with them motherfuckers, they gonna shoot some shit in the back door on them. And that's real.
But it's gonna be a really
That's a real
strategically
fucking-
placed. It's gonna be more traumatic and heartbreaking for this country than it's gonna hurt because they're not gonna fuck up their money, and all the money comes from here.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Everybody's here. But they're gonna hurt us.
You know what I think?
Nah, my
You know, wait. You know what I think?
The big, the UN, the UN.
No.
Yeah.
They love how
they
they
own
do
America,
it.
man.
You know what I think? I think that.
We owe
Hold
them
on.
$20 million.
This is
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
answer.
China
This
owns
is the
America.
answer.
Go ahead, Papa Siloe.
Yeah, this is the answer. I think that Trump should give Dennis Rodman the bag and go over there, and Dennis Rodman will hand off the
He
bag.
got diplomacy there.
Yeah, and Dennis Rodman will hand off the
They
bag.
love that nigga over
They
there.
smoke some Doja or something, and they figure it out.
Right.
You know, and then Dennis Rodman come back after he done did all this freaky shit that he done did over there. Come back. I don't know if this was boys or girls. We don't know. And then come back.
Both. Yeah.
And then come back until Trump was really going on. Because they like to party. Somehow, I don't know how Dennis Rodman got in over there, but he's the man.
Yeah,
So,
I heard about that.
Yeah.
He was smart. He get the fuck out of here.
No, but I'm saying they party like they.
In North Korea, motherfucker.
They have a disco. Dude got a disco. The young dude, he got a disco, and Dennis Rodman go over there dancing and everything, and they just be having a party. So I don't know what they do over there.
Yeah.
But Dennis Rodman's in.
Listen, Asian motherfuckers party, yo.
Yeah.
Straight
You
up.
know what?
Asians
Dennis probably over there
still love
karaoke
R&B.
and shit. He doing all kinds of
Hey,
shit.
that part.
That's why all the R&B artists are still making the ones you ever heard of. They in Asia.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, you know, Philippines too. If you can go to the Philippines,
Same
and be
thing.
oh my god.
You killing it.
Okay, so I mean, unless anyone got anything else, I think we can move on from
I say,
current affairs.
give Dennis Rodman the bag.
Give Dennis Rodman the bag. Give Dennis Rodman the bag.
Yeah.
Give Dennis Rodman the bag.
You go sit down with Jung Yu.
Yeah. Fly airplanes and shit.
Yeah, he's some
Oh, no,
Korean
if
barbecue
they like
and
him.
shit.
Yeah, they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving on from current affairs into the main topic, Memorial Day, memorializing those who fight for it. We touched on it in the intro, but everybody go on and say your piece on that.
Well, I mean, my piece is obviously to my boy George R.B. He was a former, Army guy, but he's been gone for, about 10 years, probably, about a little more than that. I would say, cheers to him and his other comrades that we know and that are still out there serving the country. Cheers to all of y'all who listen to the podcast.
Giving props
Cheers.
to Jesus, Vieira,
Bariga.
Bariga, Silas, Jesus.
Yeah, I know he's
Rodriguez, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He served in the Marines
My
for
brother,
years.
Dak Peabody Brown.
Daka Brown, peace up, movement shouts out.
Shout out to my man Carlton Gray, you know what I'm saying, who's also a veteran who served.
To my
Yeah,
brother,
man.
Donye Williamson. Shouts out, he
Shout out to
retired.
brother Darkside, Harold Amaya,
Yep, Harold Amaya,
representing
Dark
for the Black and
Side.
Brown.
These are people that we know, man. These are our friends, our family that serve. They serve their country. Whether they went to war or not, they took up the oath and took up the mantle of protecting our, as Brother Marcus and MadVerblz said earlier, our so-called freedoms.
Right.
It's supposed to be.
The land of
I
the
got
free.
shout out to
the
my
home of the
grandpa
brave.
Gene.
Word
Rest
up.
in peace.
Shout out to my grandpa Joe, rest in peace. My grandpa Clarence, rest
Shout
in
out
peace.
to Grandpa Silas, who Silas is named after.
Yeah, Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. Calhoun. He was a.
Rest in peace.
What do you remember his rank, Silas?
I don't know. I
was
can't
high up.
remember. He was a high up
Captain Corporal or
Captain
something
Corporal.
in the Army, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so shouts out to all our family members and friends that served. Whether we believe in the wars or not, whether we believe in what our government is doing, we believe in our people that that have, like I said, took up that mantle to serve this country.
Put up with this shit.
Yeah, man. So that's what this day is about, or tomorrow's.
The
a lot of
official
people,
day.
right? A lot of people just look at it as a day off of work and not really maybe have the
Respect, the
ties,
homage.
have that respect or homage towards those who did serve. So that's what this main topic is about. If you want to take it further, take the mic and say your piece if you want to take it further than that. But I mean that's what our main topic is for today.
Well, yeah, I mean, there we have it, gentlemen.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day weekend. That's what
Shouts
it's all
out to all our armed forces that put their lives on the line for us for over these multiple decades
Men and women.
that we've been able to live in this world called America and go about and enjoy the fresh air and the luxuries that we've been able to enjoy.
That's right.
Where those smaller, oppressed,
Third
third
world
world countries, they dream about it and we take it for granted.
We think we
So,
broke.
We really thank you, soldiers.
Yeah.
We really thank
Yeah.
all of you soldiers, you know what I'm saying, for what y'all do for us and for even them third world countries to give them a little bit of, vision of what hope and freedom is.
That's
We
right.
appreciate
America!
y'all.
Fuck
Appreciate
yeah!
y'all.
Well, I like to say something.
Cut.
Yeah, I like to say something.
Black
KKK. Black Klansmen.
Hey, check
White
out
Hoodman.
Spike Lee movie coming out soon.
Joint.
Shouts out to brother Bruce Roberts.
Black Gambit.
Casey Moreau's out here.
Merrill.
Last week in last episode, Merrill, episode 17. Shouts out to them, Del Funny. You know.
Well, it's unfortunately appropriate that the National Football League owners decided to issue their rule attacking free expression before the Memorial Day. So they issued the rule before Memorial Day, but Memorial Day is about, honoring those who have passed away, who have served. So now we're in a situation with the National Football League where mandating that either you have to stand or stay in the locker room prior to the game.
To the national anthem.
Prior to the national anthem.
Yeah.
That rule was given.
Implemented.
That rule was,
he approved it. No, the league said it, predicated on what he said.
You know how much money he probably got in there?
Yeah. Well, he tried to buy the Bills before, years ago.
I don't know, I ain't focused on it.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Straight up.
They got
take
money
me to jail, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Donald Trump. And said that
he
shit.
He knew how to take over his country before he
took
over the country.
Remember what he said? When they first did the shit? He said everybody should stand and honor the flag and all that. So the league, that's their stance that they've taken. That's their excuse for invoking the rule that you gotta now. If you're on the field, you have to stand or you get fined.
No.
That's the killer part.
No. The team gets fined.
No, the individual gets fined as well.
Okay, so it's
but the team.
Nigga,
hold on.
Freedom of speech. You gonna tell me you gonna fine me for fucking saying fuck that bullshit flag that says fuck a black man? Suck my dick.
So the organization.
Donald Trump and the NFL.
The organization.
It stands for not belong, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, he's on that, but let me just say, it's attack on freedom of expression.
It's attack on the black and brown.
So regardless of where I work or what I do, I mean, a woman can come to work in a burqa. She could come to work how she wants to look. I mean, so.
But if I break my hair and come to work, you're gonna talk about hey.
Well,
they're hitting the platform up from the top. To me, it's the
too
platform
much
that they have. They're hitting those people in the head, so they're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
they're not gonna do it.
I mean, if you have thousands,
and that whole plan, sorry, we can't help you.
I mean, you got to think if you're an NFL player,
you're on your own.
Where
you're on your own.
Yeah, if you're making what these players make easily $100,000 a game. There's only 10 games in the season, so if you're making millions, I mean, that's
16 games.
16, well, still 16 times a million. Money. 16 times, whatever. That's a lot of money.
We got some players getting paid $100 million, bro.
Yeah, so how much is each game?
You know what this is all about? Because they lost revenue. Papa John's, all them other different little motherfucking sponsors said fuck them, nigga, when we protested. So that's what it's all about. We can't lose that money. We gotta get our money back. That's what it's all about. Yep. It's not about the people.
That's the bottom line.
It's about fucking dollar bills.
It's about controlling the black man.
I just watched the whole shit on ESPN.
No.
They clearly said it's about revenue.
No, but at the same time, what else is it about? Who are they controlling in this situation? Matter. No, the players do matter.
No, they don't, because if they protest, nigga, you get fined.
Of course.
If you're smart,
it's a form of control. It's a form of control.
That's what I was getting to. If you're a smart nigga,
I didn't hear that.
If you're a smart nigga, you stay in the locker room until the anthem's over. Then you come out like the rest of the squad. Now, if you're a rebel nigga, you come out, nigga. You take your motherfucking knee during the anthem.
And you won't get a check.
No, you get a check.
And your kids won't
get fined.
No, you get a check. You get fined.
No. Look, let me clarify it because the team, the New York Jets, already said
it's about 4 or 5 coaches that say owners.
The Jets said any of their players who kneel, they'll pay their fine because they don't believe in suppressing.
I never heard this. This is the first time I heard this. That's great.
No, it's
the New York Jets.
I'm telling you, it's about 4 or 5 owners. It's about 4 or 5 owners on that
major
fake ass
owners.
vote.
Dallas probably
on that fake ass vote that said fuck that and didn't support it. It's about 4 or 5 owners that said fuck y'all. That's some bullshit. Now all the other cracker motherfuckers, because even Jerry Glanville said that's just bullshit. And he's a real Texas motherfucker. But he said, as far as freedom of speech, he said that's just bullshit. He said, as far as you're contracted as a player, And this dynamic that you have to understand. And that's why I know where they're coming from.
They're employed.
That part.
They're
Even,
employed.
you know, a big
They're
thing
employed.
too.
That means you do
look at the difference between
Your
NFL.
job description says this. We now implemented this as part of your job description.
Yep.
Salute the flag, motherfucker.
Yep.
Look at the NFL
Now,
versus
you
the.
don't sell if you want to, homie.
Look at the NFL versus the
you know,
NBA.
everybody
But
here
wait, the
grew up
NFL
singing
versus
the
the
pledge
NBA.
of the flag in
Well,
school.
the NBA.
No. I'm
Everybody
going to
did.
break
In
it down.
elementary school, I did until I
The
realized.
NFL, you have a helmet on. People only know you by your jersey. In the NBA, you have a face. You're a person. But if you look at how the NFL set up, it's like gladiator school. You don't know who these players are really. I don't know what you do if you follow it.
He's not a star.
If he's not a star, put a hook, put a helmet on. You don't know.
I get your point, and I agree with that point.
Really.
But the other thing is this: when I was listening to sports radio, ESPN 710, ESPN LA, shouts out. They were saying how the percentage of black players in the NFL, even though it's still a majority, is less than the percentage of black players in the NBA. And so when they were saying how players in the NBA, such as when they came out, who was it? LeBron, Carmelo, Chris Paul, all them players stepped out and they're speaking out. You know, they have, and then also the commissioners. You know, Adam Silver, who was taking over. They're saying how he's, you know, really with, you know, allowing the players to have their freedom of expression and how he's with their causes and whatnot versus the NFL commissioners.
I have a prediction that the NFL, they're going to lose a lot of sponsorship. They're going to lose a lot of people who are just going to be disinterested. And I think the NBA...
Well, you're already starting to happen.
Yeah, the NBA is going to pick up even more because...
You know also why they're losing disinterest, Silas, you said that? They done fucked up the game.
Yeah.
How you going to play football without no helmet-to-helmet contact?
Yeah.
Nigga, you coming in full speed. Nigga, it's less than the tackle. It's head up, but you bring your head in.
People are dying, though. People are dying.
But you can't play football without... It's just what it is.
I mean, but how can they change the game? How could they change the game? They got to change the game.
Dude,
but they're going overboard.
No, what I'm trying to get you guys
Is that what you're saying?
Go back in the history in the beginning of the game. They weren't on leather helmets. They still tackled the same way.
And them motherfuckers was dying at 50 years old.
But the point is, it doesn't matter about the helmet. It's the game. So what do? Alleviate the game? Because niggas are playing rugby with no helmets and nothing, nigga.
I mean,
and they're not having much of a
Australia.
It's something to do with the equipment.
Gladiator shit.
It's got something to do with the equipment. Because niggas are playing rugby without helmets. They wear them little rubber helmets and shit. And they ain't got no pads.
That's more dangerous than football. Like.
Exactly. That's why they call our football pussy. They're like, y'all niggas got all them pads and shit. Y'all niggas are getting all hurt. Talking about, oh, I can't play. These niggas be trying. They be mad. They got a big ass bandage on his head.
I'm sure they
have. Like a nigga from the Civil War. He's still trying to get back on the field. Nigga over here talking about that sprained ankle.
I'm sure they have code though. I'm sure. But you know, there's code in games. Like you know, like when me and my brother used to fight, we never really socked each other in the head. We just do body and chest. You know what I'm saying? Like I hit the motherfucker in the chest. He hit me in the chest. You know, kind of like the chess game. That was my brother. We knew better not to like to sock each other in the face. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, with the NFL, I don't know where it's going, but I know what I said
not
is
football.
True. What I said is true. Is there's going to be a lot of disinterest in the NFL.
Dude, I'm already disinterested, and the season ain't started.
Yeah, it's
when I heard all these new fucking bullshit rules, I'm like, what? You already had me damn near disinterested when they came to play defense.
They just didn't want to make it look like no nigga was gonna take control of their game. Period.
That's
when Kaepernick did that shit, you're not gonna do this to my game.
Look at the majority of the culture on the field or on the court. It is what it is.
Hey, no, wait.
We're even in football now. Nigga, what?
Well, we was watching.
Shit too.
He's not gonna take.
We was watching the movie Romeo Must Die, right?
Yep.
Now in that movie, you know, you got the brothers, Galindo, the main actor, and then the other dude that was his partner, whatever, trying to take him over, whatever. Galindo, and I think I got his name wrong, but he.
Dylan, you talking about?
Delindo, you know the actor.
movie.
You know the actor I'm talking about, right?
You know, Jerry's old and sick.
Yeah, older.
That played in
Del Lindo, I think it's Del Lindo.
Yeah, that played in Crooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was in that movie. He was the main. So his thing was.
Yeah, because he's the main guy that sends him on the heist.
Right, and he wanted to get with the white dudes to become a part owner in the NFL. And this movie was some years back with Aaliyah.
That was in the early 90s.
Before she passed away. So he was trying to become a black owner, and he was
like Puppy's trying to do right now.
Yeah. So he was doing a bunch of, he was doing dirt. Then he had his little crime organization or whatever. So he was building up all his money to put a bid in with these cats and kind of finagle them to make them be an owner. And he was telling the dude, "Oh, I'm trying to get in the owner's box." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Fuck that shit. Fuck the NFL. You think these motherfuckers are gonna let you in their club?" He's like, "Fuck this. I just want to own the streets," and end up, shooting them or whatever. But that's the whole point of, you know what I'm saying?
Good old boys club.
Yeah,
it's a good old boys
club. They're not gonna let these motherfuckers in
Jordan,
like that.
you know why? Jordan,
just what you saying.
Listen,
Exactly.
You know why?
Yeah.
Listen, you know why Jordan's an owner?
Part owner.
I don't give a fuck. He's got ownership.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You see, Magic had to give up his ownership because nigga. You
can't be a Dodger and be a Laker. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna be a Laker or
give
Dodger?
up his ownership.
Why?
Shit.
White people own both teams. They
So
own,
why did he have to give it
multiple
to
leagues?
Jordan?
Yeah.
Jordan's ass is over here. He's still in the fraternity because he's part of the what? That's the nigga that's gonna go tell them niggas when the shit get ready to jump off. He gonna go tell the secret. He get ready to revolt.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's they're gonna do it at 12 o'clock. And niggas get ready to go do it, and all of a sudden, niggas is meeting impasse and fucking opposition. Because this nigga's gonna go tell. That's why he's still in the fraternity of ownership.
So, overall, the NFL is scared of Donald Trump. Mainly they're scared of him. They're all scared of him. And obviously, the NFL itself.
Well, the Player Association is.
Well, yeah, no, because
they're contesting that shit.
Well, no, yeah, because they're fighting back to it.
Well, first of all, everybody's been at Donald Trump.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
Of course.
Everybody.
So, I mean, this was given. And do I feel like it's the right thing? No. It's adding more gasoline to the fire than what it is.
Yeah.
Kaepernick and Eric Reed started with this
Started that movement.
And
now it's blowing up even bigger.
And now it made it bigger.
Yeah,
And tell me, wait. And tell me to this day why does Kaepernick and Reed don't have a job because they denied the flag, but yet you're giving jobs to fucking domestic violence people,
dope heads, cokeheads.
Yeah, cokeheads. You're
sexual abusers.
Sexual abusers.
Stuff that he do.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit like that.
Grabbing pussy.
You pussy
grabbers.
Hey, I followed her in the bar, but
Shout out to the pussy grabbers.
Yeah.
Shout out to the pussy grabbers.
I followed her in the bar, but it didn't mean anything.
Hey, I found her in the bar. You give people jobs that way. You can't give a man that has no record of any type of
Oh no, he has a record. When he was a juvenile, he stole candy from the liquor store.
Oh,
Fuck outta here.
That's nothing.
That's how they do us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he was 16 years old.
Oh,
He
do
has
us
a
like that
shoplifting
when we
charge.
get shot in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was a drug addict.
That's all you in the system.
Yeah. He did this.
This is why he got shot.
But he had
to
his
the
phone in his hand.
Hey,
And-
this is why he got shot. Because of what he did when he was young. Not what he was when he grew up and got better. When he did this shit when he was young, it's justifying why he got killed.
He got shot because he had a fucking cell phone in his grandma's backyard.
Yeah.
But what about the other kid who had no gun? He was on the ground, he was selling cigarettes.
What about the white guy?
Shit, yeah.
Fuck that. Your dude who plays in Green Bay or in Milwaukee. Who nigga just got tased and all that shit and he wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it just shows a consistency.
Yeah.
Your ass got color.
Yeah.
And you can fucking ride.
This is a true story. This is what happened to me when I went home to North Carolina. I hadn't even been home for a week. I went to a bar and hooked up with some people that I used to work with. And along the way, I met a girl that I haven't met. And we went out, her and a homeboy, to another bar. She was fucked up. I didn't realize she was that fucked up.
Sister or white girl?
In the middle. She mixed.
Mixed.
Mulatto.
Okay.
Yeah. She played either way. But anyway.
She's a Taylor.
Right.
My daughter.
Right. Long story short, we went to the after party spot. She had a little bit too much, and I trusted her to drive me home. She ran us into a pole.
Oh, shit.
Got out the car, wigged out, just started acting complete fool crazy, like
anxiety attack.
Kind of, like trying to beat up people and shit. The police come. Finally to the scene, to the rescue. I'm like, thank God. We just got this accident, blah, blah, blah. So she's crying over there acting fool. So they go directly over there to her.
Of course.
And then 2 more police officers.
Discriminative behavior.
Right. 2 more police officers come. I'm like, yo, she's like scratching me up. Like she's crazy. Like, I don't know what happened. She's ran to the pole. Give me my ID. I ain't been home in 2 years. I hadn't lived in North Carolina in over 10 years. They run my ID. I had a speeding ticket from 2003. They locked my ass up. Let her go, and she driving drunk and run me into a damn pole.
Oh, wow.
Good old America.
Welcome back to the South. That's why I got the fuck out of there. I love
Good old America.
America!
I love you.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I'm still trying to get the police report so I can get my damn check. I got in an accident, damn it.
They knew you were the passenger.
Yeah.
And then she's acting a cat shit fool.
Anxiety because the bitch just fucked her car up.
So then they take you into custody
for
being
ticket.
black, basically.
For old ticket. But this bitch didn't go to jail.
Drunk as hell.
That bitch got to go home.
They let her drive home drunk?
I don't know what happened.
You
I went
drive
to jail.
home, the
I don't know.
car.
But I went to the bar that she worked at, and she didn't even remember what happened. Oh, are you okay? I don't remember. I bet you don't remember. I bet you don't.
What?
Should I get you a joint?
Whoa, you're serious?
You better be buying all night.
I need 4 doubles
For the rest of your life.
You know?
Yeah, for the rest of her life.
I'm never paying for another drink.
No, you better be. You're buying shit.
Here you go.
Right.
I had a friend who was in your state, and he pissed on the back of a wall of a 7-Eleven.
Oh, you going? You going to jail?
The police, I don't know, they had a camera inside, and there was a Caucasian female, older female. She called the police. Do you know, he was from New York. And he had, you remember when I was selling books?
You definitely go to jail in New York for that too.
He was from New York, but they caught him
urinating.
urinating.
Get the right count.
They caught him urinating on the side of the building because we just came from the club. We went to 7-Eleven before we went to the hotel to just get some stuff. And this dude, we said, man, don't do it, because we already knew where we were at. And the camera was right there. He urinated on the side of the building. He was in jail for about 3 months behind urinating on the side of the building. That was on top of.
Don't have no old tickets.
Yeah, he had some old tickets or something in New York. So they had to.
You're going nowhere.
He was for the urination on the side of the building. I think when he went to court, because we followed him, he had to do a month for that in county, and then they transferred him upstate
to New York.
But you know, the South. That just goes to tell you. I mean, the South. I mean,
it's still what it is.
You have
Jim
different
Crow
rules
law.
everywhere for
Jim
everything.
Crow law.
They try to trap
Go to
you
history class, motherfucker.
In New York City, like if you go to jail,
real history though.
You got 6 hours to bail out, or you going to Rikers. It's a wrap.
Hey, Willie's the one.
Once you get to Rikers, it's hard to get out of Rikers, right?
Yeah. You stuck there.
Yeah, you get right.
You be like Lil Weezy.
You're gonna be there for at least 3 days.
Hey, the mayor,
when it puts back on the
It's gonna take you 2 days to get you in and out of there.
Speaking of current events, this is not that current. This is a little bit while back, but I did see a little documentary on the mayor of New York, and I forget his name, the current mayor, but he was talking about changing the laws and the strictness of Rikers Island and
they're about to shut it down.
Yeah, I heard he's working on that. He's part of the reason why that's going to happen.
It's just like Alcatraz.
And you know what's funny is
It's like Alcatraz.
he was talking shit about the governor of New York.
I went for some bullshit. I was just telling him, if you do not bail out, if you go to jail in Brooklyn, you get locked up, don't let it be late at night and the mattress is about to close. If you don't bail out within the next few hours, you're on the next bus to Rikers.
Yeah.
Especially on a weekend. Oh,
on the weekend,
yep, that's a wrap. You're gonna be there until 2.
The mayor of New York, he was battling.
That bad over there?
Twin Towers ain't no better.
I'm telling you, it take you 2 days.
I've been to Twin Towers.
Twin
Towers
Towers
is better though.
Twin Towers. What Twin Towers?
Hey,
It takes you 24 hours. It takes you 24 hours to get out of
Yeah,
there.
every time you release, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour process.
It's no good.
You checked it out?
Yeah.
For what?
It takes you
done.
24 hours to get out of Twin Towers. So once you start the process of release OR,
Yeah.
you get your pink paper.
That's purposely, though.
That's
You
the
know that's
bullshit.
purposely.
Yeah, that's the bullshit. Yeah.
That's purposely. We all know that.
Yeah.
We all know that. I've been there.
Put your shoulder on the wall and keep walking.
Ready.
I was just like,
Oh, shit.
Well, at least they don't they make you take your whole pants off and shit.
no, you gotta do that in Twin Towers too. They make you sit on this cold ass
Don't have
plane.
no felony. You take
I hate
it
that
off.
shit.
Yeah. It's like
Take
dick
it
to
off.
butt. I said,
Yeah.
what kind of shit is this?
That's
Scoot
it.
up.
All
They're like,
the
scoot
white
up.
guys.
I ain't scooting up behind this motherfucker.
No.
Scoot up. Scoot up. Ain't nobody scooting up behind this
I
mother.
am not. I'm not even gonna get a hard on this.
Oh,
Yeah. On that cold ass bitch.
Oh,
Twin
man.
Towers. Scoot up.
Yeah.
Scoot up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The
Why?
whole process, that whole 24-hour process, you go through a maze.
Yeah.
You go through like these underground dungeons and shit. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is
I
I played Charlotte though.
Out of
I got
30
to jail
minutes?
at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was talking shit. They was all laughing. I was making everybody laughing. And the police officer was like, "They locked you up for what? A speeding ticket for what?" They're like, "Oh, they gonna let you out. They gonna let you out." I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting up out of here. I'm getting up out of here."
Yeah.
They were like, "Take off your earrings." I'm like, "No, these are gauges. I'm not taking them out." They're like, "We're gonna put you in the hole." I said, "That's fine." I'm not taking them out. I got my own cell to myself. I went to bed. They gave me my blankets. They gave me a little food and shit. You go in there, go to sleep, get up, I get right out. For a speeding ticket. If you go in there in a regular holding, you're gonna be in there with a whole bunch of niggas. They all gonna be stinking and farting and shit all damn night. No, put me in a hole. I'll be out. I'm not taking these out. That's the word up. Sometimes drop us some knowledge. Don't take your gauges out. If you go to jail late at night, keep them in. You get a cell to yourself.
Not in LA, homie.
I bet you they will.
Now California.
Well, that's
Niggas, they'll rip that
the
shit
truth.
out your ear, homie.
Yes,
You ain't taking it out? Oh, we'll take that
They
shit
can't
out.
make you take it out. You can say they surgically placed in there and they can't touch you. They just can't.
Yeah, that's an NC though, buddy. Here in LA, it's
Yeah,
It's a little bit different.
They ain't gonna rip no gauges.
They don't give a
they
damn.
don't give a shit,
Religion
yeah.
based.
Yes, it will.
They'll rip them out your ear.
Yes, it will.
They would take them shit.
They'll
out.
call it-
I'm never going to jail in LA.
Yeah, do
I've
not.
been to jail enough on the East
Yes,
Coast.
they
Do
will.
not. Do not.
Do not. Knock on wood right now. Knock on wood right now.
Everybody
Knock on wood right now. You don't want to go.
No, nigga, I've been to jail. I don't want to go. I'm not going. I'm not
I'm talking about here in LA.
Yeah, the worst
Because
part,
over here,
though,
they don't give a shit.
worst part of the county
Really?
is when you
They
up
don't.
in them big ass cells and they got all the bunks around on the side.
They-
They'll use it
And they
as
got
excuse.
one fucking
I play
toilet.
crazy.
And there's no closure to that shit.
No, you just gotta take a shit.
Everybody, you gotta take a shit
And
and
courtesy flush.
yep,
Oh,
they're
yes,
yelling
every-
at your ass every fucking
You
time.
have to.
It's courtesy.
Courtesy flush, dude. Courtesy
Have
flush. Like, man, that shit is crazy, dude.
But see what I like is that, you build your own little curtain, like that's what I love.
Fuck all that. I don't like any of it.
I don't want to deal with none of that shit. I want.
See, what I like is the spread, because when I get my noodles, when I get my noodles and my
bread is not bad though,
and my
man.
chicharrones,
I love
and I put them
bread.
together,
I
make a burrito.
Bread is not bad.
That Pruno.
Yeah, that pruno.
A pruno though,
the fuck is
that's
that?
just
Pruno? That's jailhouse wine.
that's jailhouse one.
They
Oh.
ferment
That-
fruit and shit and make alcohol.
Apples, oranges. you name it,
He'll tell you about smoking joints using the Bible paper and shit.
Or you can
I
use a
didn't do
chicken
that.
bone. If you
Newspaper.
get
People
it.
do that now.
On Sunday, if you get a thigh bone, a chicken bone, you hollow that motherfucker out, you get some weed in there too. Or some tobacco.
Some weed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know about that. Turkey bone.
Turkey bone, chicken
All right,
bone.
let's move on. Let's move on.
All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on to another sports segment now. We're gonna go ahead. So we're gonna go ahead and to talk about the Eastern Conference. Obviously, it's already over. LeBron won again
Yeah,
and is
man.
headed to the final for the seventh time.
Straight.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah,
eight
Beyonce.
final.
Beyonce.
Since you're
So
ready to win it
anyway,
now.
so we got LeBron going to the 8th time to the finals. Now the big question is, who is going to play for Cleveland? Tomorrow we got Game 7, which will be Golden State and Houston at Houston. Gentlemen, Mr. Red, bearded 3-1. What do you see tomorrow, man? What do you see?
The championship, caliber of Golden State Warriors is going to show up tomorrow. They saw something this last game. They had been playing iso ball with Durant, the majority of the series, and almost fucked around and lost the series. They came out, of course, in Golden State last night. They played Golden State ball, and look what ends up happening. Klay Thompson was the top scorer with 35 points because they moved the ball. He happened to be open. Durant passing the ball, and he hit his shots, and so he was the man last night. And so, they did their thing. Now, Chris Paul is questionable, and it's a game time decision according to D'Antoni. Whether he plays or not.
Listen, damn well that nigga's gonna play.
Whether he plays or not.
The Western Conference Final Game 7, this nigga ain't never even been here.
Right.
Damn well he gonna inject, how them niggas inject that shit, give that nigga some type of pill for pain. That nigga's playing. Wrap that other ultra tight with 5/8 bandages. Yeah, whatever that new tape is to stop the pain. He gonna have all that shit on tomorrow. You'll see that nigga. Number 3 will be on the floor.
What's gonna happen though?
Come on,
It's gonna be a fight to the death. I mean, Houston has a lot of heart and toughness, and that ISO. I mean, if the Warriors can't get away from that ISO, it's gonna be hard for them. They're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So if they can work around the ISO and keep that ball moving and keep that ball rotating, then they can, then that would be the best thing they got going. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a Warriors fan, and in the third quarter, which was the Warriors' quarter for most of the time, they haven't been producing the way that they should be in the third quarter. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how it works out. I really hope that the Warriors win, but it's gonna be a dogfight. I mean, because if Houston drags them like they've been dragging them and been playing this ISO, it's gonna be a rough one. And I mean, if Durant could continue to shoot over everybody and make those outside shots, and if Curry and Klay have a good night and they're making those outside shots, those threes that we need, Curry's on fire. If Curry's on fire like he's been, like he can be, his potential, it'll be great. But it's a dogfight. I'm really excited to see this game, and I know that whoever wins, it'll be the best team to win. And the amount of character that Houston has showed in this series. I mean, Houston has showed a lot of character, and they're in it to win it. So I don't put nothing past Houston as a Warriors fan. The Warriors got to bring it.
Nigga, I'm a Laker. Fuck Rockets. Forever.
I've never liked the Rockets.
Going back to that Ralph Sampson fucking shot.
Yeah.
Fuck the Rockets forever. Fuck that.
I'm not a Rockets fan, but like I said,
I'm a West Coast kid. I grew up on the West.
Them motherfuckers are playing though.
No, you gotta give them credit.
They balling. I ain't taking away from their gameplay at all.
You know what's funny to me though?
That kid Tucker.
Oh yeah.
Bad motherfucker.
Tucker's been doing his thing. The biggest difference to me in the two games that they won, both in Golden State and in Houston, that were close, the difference to me in those games was CP3.
Oh yeah.
And it was his.
It
was his defense.
He's a motherfucker.
It was his toughness. It was
fucking defense. It was his shot making.
He was shutting Curry down.
It was the one-on-one.
He was
the
shutting
ISO.
Curry down.
And then Durant, I feel like he's a great player, but he's just not strong in the paint. He's not strong. He's just not strong.
It's not that he ain't strong. He's not doing it. He's being lazy and, like you said, shooting over. You know how they switch? They'll put a smaller man on Durant, and instead of him taking motherfuckers to the hole or taking them to the post and post them up, he's settling to shoot over them, and he's not making the majority of those shots.
But he can't get in the paint and box anybody out either.
He can.
I've
seen him post up. I haven't seen him really post up.
He can do it.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not running those type of play formats. And when he does get on the block and get it, he got a little nigga on him in the paint. That nigga's shooting a 10-foot jumper instead of one dribble and a fucking step. He's at the rim and he takes fucking 6'10", 6'11". Wingspan niggas like 7'2". It's a goddamn layup.
Yeah, you're right.
Forgive me, Lord, for saying GD.
Yeah, he's not. He needs to take it to the hole because the thing is
aggressiveness. Period.
Aggressively take it to the hole because you force the refs to make a call.
LeBron tonight.
If you just shoot over and you miss, that's all you got.
I'm not a LeBron fan at all. I'm a fan of the game. That nigga's the game. What'd you see him do tonight? To the hole. He shot jumpers, but not like you see him doing the whole series. That nigga went to the whole game.
Right.
Free throw.
Yeah, you force the refs to make a call.
He's gonna get the call. On top of it.
And Durant will too.
Yeah, if you go to the fucking hole.
Going to the hole.
He's just not. I don't think he's just that physically. Just looking at him, he's just not physically built.
I disagree. You won your championship last year with that nigga, and he did that. And it's just the point of
maybe I'm not seeing the aggressiveness in him.
Yeah.
So I don't see the aggressiveness.
That's the problem. He needs to come with that aggressiveness.
He's on the outside shooting.
Guess what Draymond told him?
What? Bring that shit.
It's game 7.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, bring that shit.
It's game 7, And the thing is...
Same thing he told Curry.
Well, I know now that since LeBron won, they know they got to bring it.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, dogfight. We're going to drag these motherfuckers. And, are we at, I don't even know, are we at home or are we...
No, you're on the road.
We're in Houston. Okay, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but...
No, that makes it all
even
better.
if Chris Paul plays, he's not going to be 100%. And so that's a slight advantage that they have. And the fact that they won game 1 in Houston. They won.
The advantage they have is Iguodala's back.
Yeah, he's a silent killer. He's a silent killer.
No,
I don't know.
That was last game.
Yeah, that was last game. Hopefully he's back and he's a silent killer. He's on the boards. He's under there.
You think that nigga playing game 7, nigga? You out your mind.
Yeah. Shoot that shit up. Let's go.
He's a veteran. That's what Shaq said. That's what Shaq and them niggas said. Niggas say, Shaq and them niggas hustle. Hey, you know what? I'm listening to game 7. Fucking kid.
Yeah.
What about
shoot my shit up, tied up, nigga injected, whatever the fuck. I'm going to the general CVS. He said, nigga said I'm going to get icy hot. I'm going to get, what's that shit he does?
Aromatherapy. No, I'm just fucking around.
Icy cold. What's that?
Icy hot.
Yeah, icy hot. Yeah. Shout out to Icy
Patches.
No, he just, icy hot is 2 different things.
What are you talking about?
Gold on? Powder and shit?
Yeah, he's too much shit.
You know, put the powder on his balls or what? Is that what you're talking about?
Hey, look, we not big MLB fans, but we are Dodger fans.
I am.
Thanks
I'm
for
an MLB fan.
Dodgers been
Love baseball.
They won today 6-1.
See my baseball.
And since May 1st, they've won, I want to say, like 8 out of 10 games. And, they've been struggling at the beginning of the season. So it's good to see them kind of bounce back a little bit, get on a little roll. It ain't over yet. We did lose Corey Seager, Rookie of the Year, 2 years ago. And we lost him to injury. But, we'll see what happens with the Dodgers. Still early, but it's good to see them put together some wins. And so, gotta give shouts out to the Dodgers.
Blue Crew.
NHL, you got
the Knights.
The Vegas Golden Knights
expansion team. You know what I said about the
Stanley Cup Finals.
I said they are a team of veterans that were forgot about.
Yeah.
So now they got chip on their shoulder. They whooping ass.
Yeah. Gotta give shouts out to Vegas Golden Knights and the Stanley Cup.
They whooped everybody's ass.
Finals. Shouts out to the LAFC, Los Angeles Football Club. New member of the MLS, Major League Soccer League of America. And of course we had the Galaxy for years, made their runs and had they, few championships or whatever, but
Tobacco Boys are back.
The LAFC, they doing their thing, and they got that new stadium right there next to the Coliseum. So shouts out to them. And
so NBA.
Now all of a sudden you want to come back off your mother.
Anyway,
now you want to jump into sports.
Anyway,
interrupt somebody and now talk about some shit. This guy right
here. Break it down. Hold down.
But hold on.
You hold on.
How we gotta hold on? We held on for you already.
Okay,
hold it down. Let's go.
Right.
Anyway.
Anyways,
moving right along.
You know what?
Sports is over. We hit the top 5.
I know, but hold on. We'll move to the top 5. I want to say I agree with Silas on one thing though. I mean,
give him his 2 cents.
The
pennies with the holes in them?
Yeah.
Spit that shit out. Don't take forever. We ain't got time.
It's good. I agree with Silas. One thing
Said it already.
If Houston plays ISO on Golden State and Golden State don't get finished. Houston will even without Chris Paul, they probably win the game.
I don't think so. Without Chris Paul, I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
Chris Paul is a major factor on the floor, not only just morale, leadership and morale. He's running plays, he's coming down, and so if he's not on the floor as much, it's really going to give the Warriors an advantage.
Yes.
But if he is on the floor, if he really is not as hurt as they're saying, because it's drama, and NBA drama, that's how they do it. And he shows up, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for the Warriors, Because he's not. He'll try to drag Durant. I mean, this guy is like got the heart of gold. Like this guy will go up against anybody, push up against, take a foul.
Remember, it is his first fucking Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, of course not. But I'm just saying,
he's never been in the Western Conference.
He's super hard.
He should be happy to be in the Western Conference Finals because that's all that he's gonna see. He's not about to see the NBA Finals. And guess what? The same way they got LeBron into the finals, what the fuck do you think they want to see? One last shot of Golden State rematch versus LeBron.
They're trying to break somebody down like they broke LeBron down with his first team.
And that's what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen?
And we'll see what happens from there. All I hope is Golden State smashes them fools like they did
I
last
think
year.
Golden State might win this game.
All I want is LeBron to lose. For him to leave Cleveland, whether I don't know.
JR, what is your prediction?
LA or not.
I haven't heard your
another story.
Yeah.
So let's get into our top 5.
Hold on. I want to hear.
Long story short, LeBron's probably gonna win.
The finals?
Yeah.
Wow! Whoa!
With the garbage.
Wait a minute!
The garbage he has on his team right now.
You see what happened tonight?
That's against the East, though.
But it's just getting started.
Against Boston, who don't have their 2 top stars.
I don't trust them. I think it's all a big scheme. It's all money.
I mean, I don't.
By the way,
it's getting very talentless and watered down like music.
I can feel where he's coming from on that.
Yeah.
They were just talking about his legacy shit tonight.
Yeah.
I can see where it's
we're watching everybody. I don't like to bust nobody's bubble, but you ask me about sports, I'm gonna tell you what I think.
If you're talking.
Oh yeah. All right, let me ask you this: football. Panthers gonna make the Super Bowl this year?
Not this year. Not this year.
You know you guys got a new owner, right?
No more beer
We
pie.
already
It's gonna be a while.
Football.
It's gonna be a while.
No more beer pie.
Let's move on, baby.
Let's move on to the top 5.
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Look here. That's the last Hondo you get for the night.
Hold on, no, we gotta see the top 5. Go right. I'm sorry, Silas. Go right ahead.
So tonight, for the top 5, we're gonna go around here, and we're all gonna just speak on our top 5 things we can't live without. Whether it's physical or mental or spiritual, whatever it is, the top 5 things that you can't live without throughout a day. So let's start off
throughout
with
a day or just in your life, like.
Well, that consists of a day.
A day of your life.
Is
a day of your life.
I get you. I got you.
One day at a time.
I got you.
So
too hard.
Yeah, it's not really that hard. So
a day, that's too hard.
You want me to start off, or you want somebody else to start off?
Keep it general in your life.
Okay.
But a day is in your life.
It is. I get you on that one. I'm trying to help my brother out.
Yeah, I was slow. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's alright. That's why I spend it on.
That day, it kind of got him.
A day? Like, wait a minute. I'm thinking, okay. I can deal without something on a day.
So the top 5 things you can't live without.
Period.
Without period.
Okay.
Okay. So
It could be in a day if that's what you want to express it as.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I get it.
Absolutely.
let's go. I'm gonna go real practical here.
Well, now this is what we do with the top 5. We either go 5 to 1
Or 1 to 5.
So you
and
gotta
obviously
first or
1 is your number 1 thing. 5 is your least. So however you want to do it.
5 is the most.
No. Number 1 is the one thing you can't live without.
Okay.
And then number 5 is the least.
Okay, let's start off. Let's see. Number 1. my sanity. Number 2 would be my car. I would say, because my car takes me to where I need to go. And then number 3 would be my job. Number 4 would be my phone. And then
He said he's gonna keep it practical. He wasn't bullshitting, folks.
Right. And number 5 would be man.
You ready?
No, number 5 would be my shelter, my home.
Yeah.
So those are the 5.
He was very practical. He wasn't playing.
Yeah, I said practical.
So we always end it with him. So you're
Next.
next. Yeah.
Okay, well, I cannot.
You gonna go 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
I'm gonna go 5 to 1.
Okay.
Okay. If I couldn't live without cheese.
Wait,
Is that money or cheese?
Both cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Whatever we want, cheese.
Blue cheese,
Cheese.
goat
All
cheese.
that kind of cheese. If it's called cheese, I need it in my life.
Cheese. Cheese is spin.
Cheddar.
Cheese is cheese.
He needs that cheddar.
Right, all that. I think
Gouda.
Right.
He 40 said, give me that Gouda.
Oh, a Gouda cheese too.
All of that.
Quesadilla cheese.
Fuck you.
Hey, I love cheese too.
Number 4.
I can't eat it anymore, but I love it.
I ain't supposed to eat it. I couldn't live without probably my phone too. Number 4. Like I feel like that's my connection to like the world. I'm being far away from home. Like if I ain't have my phone, like I feel like I'm lost. So I need that.
Do you want to speak on that a little bit?
Huh?
You want to speak on that a little bit?
On what?
On the fact that your phone was number 2 and your
Number 4. Yeah, because I don't feel like I could. I feel like I need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would like. It's not my number 1 because I don't feel like I could survive without it. You know, I'll still be able to make moves as long as I got my wallet. And then that's number 3.
Okay.
My wallet. You ain't stealing that, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't repeat the shit you heard.
Yeah, my wallet though. Wallet.
Moving on.
Wait, real quick. I feel you on that number 4 because, like, you being out of town,
Yeah.
texting
Like,
us,
I'm from North Carolina. I'm from the East
Facebook
Coast.
and everything.
2,000 miles away from
Yeah,
home. If
we
somebody
was able to
died.
communicate with us still. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, if somebody died or something going on at home, or like that's my connection. Like my phone, something happened to my phone. It's a situation. Like I gotta go get me an Obama or something. Like I'm going.
Obama phone.
Speaking of which, all y'all stop playing to get your backup phone. It's free, nigga. Obama phone, nigga. I got my backup phone.
Oh, I got mine. It's sitting right in the suitcase.
I got one too. I got it right at the house.
I'd be scared it's not gonna work no more, so I plug
Well,
it
you
up
gotta
every
make sure
now
you
and
make
then.
a call. You have to make sure.
Like this motherfucker might not cut
You gotta
on.
make-
Right.
You gotta make sure you make a call, one call every
Yeah.
month on your fucking phone, or that shit will get shut off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so number 3 is your wallet.
My number 3 is my wallet. All my shit up in there. Like you lose that, it's a wrap. Number 2. I feel like I can't live without love. I need love in my life. I need people that care about me and people I know that.
That's a good one.
I need that. I don't feel like I don't think nobody can live without this shit. And then number 1. That's the hardest one. Water.
Good one.
Well, hey, yeah, water.
You can't live without water. Whether it's water in your body or it's water around you, your
We
surroundings.
won't be that water world now, taking the piss and making our piss in the water and shit. We don't want none of that.
Water and everything. You can't.
Yeah, so water, I mean, whether it's the beach or whether it's the water that you drink and you put in your body.
All that.
You know what?
Water is life.
I thought for a second you said number 1 is my singing that you probably won't even lose. I'm like, yeah, you gotta sing to the ladies, man. Sing to the ladies.
Music should have been a good one.
Give them a little riff, a little taste of something, man.
Make it they can take off their panties.
Cali Sunshine, we about to record or something, man. I don't know.
Little Cali sunshine.
Yeah.
I don't remember. We gotta get that beat.
Yeah, we're about to do that. We're about to
Hey, that's all they needed.
That's all they need. That's all they
Little
need.
taste.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess I'll be next.
How?
Feels good.
Well, you wanna go or what? We on you.
I don't know who's next.
Wait, he started.
Yeah, I started.
Oh, we want to know. Okay.
This guy.
My bad, Craig Gordon.
I still love you, alright, so I'm gonna go 5-1 as I usually do. Top 5 things can't live without. Number 5, I'm gonna start with. I'm not going practical. I think I'm going a little bit more subjective, more abstract, maybe with mine. But number 5 for me, is this something that I could live without? Sure, absolutely. But the time and the energy and everything that's been invested in this thing to this point, I don't see myself living without this. And it's my number 5 is the movement, Black and Brown movement. This is something that we've been doing since 1989, and here we are in 2018, and almost 30 years. And again, that's my number 5 thing that I feel like I really couldn't live without, and it's something that I feel like I'm going to do until I die, and I'm gonna leave that legacy, and hopefully my children and or others, young prophets that come in, to the fold will take it over and keep it going. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4, again, mine is really not practical. I'm gonna say number 4 for me is my kids. I don't see, again, could I live without them? Technically, of course I could, but again, speak about the time and energy and love and support and everything invested in them. All I want to see is for them to do better than I did and their mother did, and see them succeed. And so I can't live without that, because I got to see that happen for them and see their children and their, maybe even their grandchildren. We'll see how that goes. But number 4 is my kids.
No rules, no playing ball.
Obviously I got to follow number 3 with my wife, my partner. She has been holding me down for 20 plus years, 15 of those being married, and she does those things that I don't do. We both have our pros and cons, our faults or what have you.
Strengths and weaknesses.
And weaknesses, yeah.
Yep, that's true.
And so she definitely strengthens my weaknesses, and I don't see me being able to function where I'm at in my life and moving forward, without her, and obviously everything that she does for me and for our family and for our kids, which obviously was number 4. So that's number 3. Number 2, I'm kind of stuck on this one. Number 2 thing I can't live without. It's got to take precedence over the movement, my kids, and my wife. And it's not going to be my number 1, because you'll hear my number 1 in a second. So I think I'm going to say music.
Well, is that a part of number 5 or no?
That's
no,
number 2.
It is, but the movement is so many things. We started out in the music, but based on our brother, rest in peace, Jeb One, and him passing, and how we transitioned from the music to the nonprofit, and how the introduction of hip hop for the people came in from Brother Marcus, what I'm saying, and that's been implemented, and meeting Mike, and how he's kind of guided us in all the business ventures that we've talked about doing. There's just so much involved with the movement that the music is part of it. It's not the number 1 thing of it, really.
So when you say the Black and Brown movement, you're overall speaking of the culture, and the lifestyle
and what it represents,
and the lifestyle that you live.
Yeah.
So the movement, I mean, for the people, the movement is a culture. It's not just the music. There's international,
I got it from
multicultural.
You, dude. I got it from you.
There's different aspects to it.
You're the one that told me the movement is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Funny shit is that
I'm saying it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking it.
I got it from you.
Funny shit that you just say right there is they don't ever think that we get anything from them, because little brothers.
Yeah. No, I got that from him.
You know, I was just keying it out.
Yeah,
that's
what it is, dude. The movement is a lifestyle. I never forgot that. I never will.
Right.
And that's
the Chinese rebellion. That came from that.
Yeah.
Les Brown.
Yep. PMA. Our clothing line comes from you.
Yeah, positive minded attitude.
You got that doing the books and then came back and brought that to us. So much props to you, you know what I'm saying? And all the time that you've been away or what have you, and you've lived your life and you had your struggles or whatever and found your path, you know, you've always been a part of this. And,
definitely.
You've always dropped seeds and sowed those seeds. And we've sowed those seeds that you dropped into growing those into plants that and flowers that have flourished and that we've used and will continue to use throughout the movement. So
definitely. I just wanted you to, you know, because we're going elaborate a little bit more on the fact that the movement is actually a lifestyle. It's a consciousness. You know, right now in the Black and brown community, the word that people are using is woke. Are you woke? Are you woke as a person?
Yeah.
And right now it's very hip to say, "Oh, are you woke?" You know, because we're now we're in the time of Trump,
woke means.
and they don't know what woke means.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Sleep as hell. Yeah. So we're going back to like
a motherfucker.
We're going back.
A song and you woke, you know, most sleep now.
So now we're going. You know, you got to start thinking. As Black and brown people, we have to start speaking in code like the white supremacists. We have to start talking in code and knowing.
Guess what we do it through?
Music.
My number 2.
And the black folks is
my
the
number
ones
2
singing and shit.
And I say I say music as number 2. I say music is number 2 over my wife and kids just because music has always been a part of my life, always will. And as you said, is your number 1 sanity. It helps me to maintain mine, and I couldn't deal with my wife and kids if I didn't have music.
Amen, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So that's my number 2. My number 1 that I can't live without is God.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
I mean, hey, it doesn't matter if it's more than one people's number 1 because
no, it's my. You know, I mean, that's something that's unsaid for me, but it's a natural.
Oh yeah,
that's that's why I was just talking like practical stuff.
Social.
What do we say? I mean, what does it say? You know, in our lifestyle, you know, spiritually. I won't even say religiously, but it is said religiously. It is said in the Bible. You know, I in my prayers I say it all the time. I know nothing will be done without you. You know what I'm saying? Giving praise to God. So I'll keep it as simple as that. Number 1 for me is God.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. I'll tell you that.
Amen.
Alright, so I'm gonna start from 5 to 1. 5.
Oh, I'm like, this nigga's turn? Like, I think he went already.
Damn. I'm trying to go.
Damn.
I'm trying to go before
you was ready, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, alright, here we go.
Just hold on to it, real
Hurry up, motherfucker. Hurry up. You get the hurry up sign, nigga. Hurry up.
I'm gonna be practical, like the way how side.
Nigga, I can't even believe it.
Alright, hope, man. What? Oh, you can't believe it?
Spit it
Why
out.
are you mad though?
You take your time.
Why are you mad?
Take your time.
Go ahead and do your practical list.
I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time.
Let
Alright,
tell
I'm
it.
gonna take my
I'm
time.
always mad.
I ain't a damn
That's why
I'm mad, but I'm smiling.
MadVerblz.
Yeah,
Mad
yeah.
sciences, nigga.
I'm cheesing, but I'm mad.
That's why I smiled the Devious one. That's what it is. Alright. Number 5. You know what? Cinco. I cannot live without food. I need food in my life. I'm fat ass.
Fat ass.
Fat ass.
Yeah, fat ass.
Hey.
Nigga weigh 210.
Hey, we got good food today.
What's going on with that?
I'm about to go down to
185.
185.
Hey, give him a little breakdown of food we had today.
Food today, we had collard greens. We had some baked beans. Man, we had some chicken, barbecue chicken, shrimp. We had some fish. We also had turkey sausages, had some hot dogs. Woo! And turkey patties. The whole shebang.
Everything.
Oh, I'm a fat ass. I'm a fat ass best producer.
I did that.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Shay, MadVerblz 1.0.
Good looking out. That shit was good.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate you.
I feel good about it because
No
my
more.
southern brother from North Carolina said my greens is on point.
Greens is on
When
point.
you get a compliment from a southern motherfucker about greens, that means you did the damn thing.
And the greens was right. The greens was
There
right.
you go. Right. But you know what? I want to try my piece.
I learned how to cook it from her.
Hey, you know what?
I'm telling you my secrets.
I'm her sous chef.
that's right.
What's the number 4 thing?
Number four, I can't live.
This nigga knocking down beers in the beer bottle.
So, number 4.
Outside
Number 4 will be obviously, without my phone.
Everybody needs a phone.
Everybody needs a phone nowadays.
I get it.
Remember, by the way, you know what? I'll take phone is the same way as a TV, because you know what? We can't live phone and TV at the same time.
We can live without TV.
I don't need a TV.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. I can live without no TV.
But it's still TV.
But yeah, exactly. You get my point? You get my point?
It's mobile TV.
Yeah, it's a mobile TV.
Okay.
All right, number 4.
That's number 4.
Tres.
Yeah, number 3 will be, without y'all, Y'all my family. Y'all my people. Hey, I had to go take, brought his books, like the movement. And this is what I love, man. This is united. This is what I love. Unified, unity that we have. And this is the best example we want to give out to the community and to the worldwide. To let them know, like, hey, we all can come together. It doesn't matter what skin color you are, where you're from. It doesn't matter. We all come together.
Yeah, because we got white people that's involved with the movement too.
So don't think.
IMC, baby.
Yeah, international multicultural. Just because it says Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast doesn't mean it's about.
We are the meaning of WWW.
Right. There's a lot. There's a lot out there. There's my Asian brothers, white brothers. There's a lot out there. So, number 2, I cannot live the same. You know what? The same as how you said, a home. Shelter. I agree. Shelter is always important.
I celebrate having a year of shelter.
And you think about podcasts, and you think about where we are about podcasts, but you also got to think about there's homeless people out there, and everyone's not homeless by their own their own choice. Nope. Things happen to people when people get homeless. So
it's called life.
It's called life. So shout out to everybody out there. If you're in the United States and there's a food bank that you can give to, or there's a shelter next door somewhere that you can, do anything for anybody, drop a few dollars, help out the shelters. Because there's a lot of people, Salvation Army, there's a lot of people out there by choice. Then there's some out there that are not by choice. And that just goes for life. I mean, some people want to just shoot up dope every day and, get enough change so they can get some dope. Then you got families out there who got kids who don't mean to be on the streets, but they're out there on the streets. And so your donations to your local charities and your local shelters would be helping out. Sorry, don't want to take up too much more time.
No, I love it because for you to give it out there because they need to hear that.
Yeah. While you're right there, I want to just say, if anybody is out there in an encampment, you know what I'm saying, or just a homeless in general, you know what I mean, I'm going to give y'all a little place where y'all can go and get some help. Because they help with families, individuals, men, women, and children collectively. Your TAY, which that's transitional youth, all that. You know what I'm saying? Go to HOPICS. It's HOPICS. Homeless Outreach Program Integrated Care System. It's at 5849 Crocker Street, Unit X, Los Angeles 9003. You can get in touch with someone at 323-432-4399. Extension 204. If you need be, if it's urgent, you can get in touch with Miss Latanya Cunningham. She's my case manager. She's a beautiful, brilliant sister that's about her people. You can get in touch with her directly at 323-974-2062. And HOPICS, again, that's Homeless Outreach Program Integrated Care System, the Division of Special Services for Groups. They got a housing for health program.
You can also call 211, right?
Yeah, you call 211. They should be able to direct them to that also. But I just gave them the full script.
Yeah.
So,
if you're in the Southern California area, that's where that's a resource for you.
They helping. They got an encampment program to help those out there that are out there in the streets. Encampment. They have a program to help you guys get housing to the services where you don't gotta go rush and get up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You can actually be a resident and have a living life. You know what I'm saying? So
La vida,
I need
Holmes.
you guys to reach out to these people and get services and help yourself. Also, they have a great amount of services that they give you. You know what I'm saying? That assist you with food boxes, transportation assistance. If you have a vehicle, they help you with gas. They help you get jobs. They have job resources. Housing for health. So if you got health problems, like myself, I have now been housed for a year, courtesy of this program. I'm not homeless anymore with my health conditions. Bless up. God bless my Lord and Savior and this beautiful program. So, all my people, black, brown, white, purple, yellow, Asian, whatever you are, swallow your pride. If you say you love your life, then go take care of your life and your health. Go to DMH as a part of mental health. Get plugged in, man.
And at the end of this podcast, we're going to give some other information so that you guys around the nation and around the world possibly can help out, donate, and you also can donate to the Black and Brown movement. So we just want to put that out there, and you know that's just I didn't mean to cut you off, Marcus, but that's local. That's where we're at now, Southern California. I know that there's homelessness around the nation as well as around the world. And we do feel for that, and we will put some links up at the end of this podcast. And thank you guys for listening.
So yeah,
Back to your number one.
my number one. I'll give you the best two of all time. Is beer. I can't live with no beer. You can't. No.
We know
you
that.
take one beer from me. Fuck that. I have my life. I'm out. I'm done.
And I'll put a fucking case in your damn.
Hey, put a case in my fucking grave.
I need a beer.
There you go.
Hey, how can we have beer and bullshit without
Beer. That's what. Two alcohol. That solves our problems and that makes our problems.
No,
That's how he feels, brother.
it don't solve it. It's Band-Aid. But I feel where you're coming from.
Self-medicate, man.
It's medication though.
Sometimes.
It's medication. It's like
Alright.
Yeah, but it's just like saying like,
It's
oh,
alright sometimes.
it's okay. No, it's okay all the time. Hey, I'll tell you that. It's okay all the time. Hey,
Now you
beer
got
day.
now you got a bad liver.
No, hell no. I drink water, by the way. So no, I balance it out. Remember, he balances the key to life.
Yes, sir.
So,
Hey, where you get that from?
Hey.
yeah, you know what? His name is the bearded one. Not the bearded one. But remember, a beer away takes the top. A beer day takes the beer away.
That's too many beers you done had where you can't say
Well, you know what? Doesn't matter. So what? It clarifies my mind.
They said beer is good for the prostate.
Oh shit.
Hey, you know what? It does. It makes you pee.
So now we go on to MadVerblz. His five top.
His top five if he can get the fan to cooperate with him over there.
That nigga decided he wanted to do his own thing.
His top five of what he can't live without. We're gonna move on to MadVerblz here.
Black and Brown Podcast, episode 19, live and direct.
But I can't live without. Let's see. I can't live without. I can't live without family.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's mandatory.
Family, number 5.
I can't live without my self-respect and dignity.
Dignity. Self-respect.
So does that like entail integrity and making sure
My
that you're
morals and
The
how
three
I carry
I's.
myself in this
Intelligence,
walk of life.
integrity.
That means my righteous walk and the representation of the being that God gave me to be is morality and righteousness. That means everything that I am as a being is important. Without that shit, then I'm nothing.
Amen, brother.
I'll be a regular ass motherfucker like these other motherfuckers, and that's what I'll never.
You don't want to be a fuckboy, do you?
Robot.
That's my point. I would never be one of those sag ass niggas.
Robot.
A dusty ass nigga, right?
That was your number 4.
Yeah, that was number 4. Family is number 5. Number 4 was my integrity
and self-respect.
Number 3 would be number 3 would be my video games.
Oh wow, okay.
Man.
So notice how he put the video games above his family and above his integrity and self-respect.
Boy, you should have went 1 to 5.
Hey, I'm not judging nobody on there.
No, it's
top 5. Yeah,
It's
it's
top
top 5. Everybody has their own top 5.
Family, see, you're looking at it in the numbers sequentially.
Yeah.
You got to see the way it is presented. Family comes first. So I present as my number 5.
There's a lot of things that I went practical, but there's a lot of things that are, I guess, unspoken that you should already have on your top 5. So
I present that as my number 5.
As a man, you should already have your top 5 set up. You know,
So,
like
you said, I present that as my number 5, but then overall, that's like the top echelon of my breathing against my folks.
right.
So y'all can look at it as number 5. Oh, I put video game. Yeah, whatever.
No, you said it's the top 5.
Shit, the prioritization, y'all know what it is.
You know that comes with sanity because
It was a
video
joke.
games. Video games maintain your sanity, right?
Exactly.
So here we go. We're on that.
So basically, what you're saying is you really was going 1 to 5. Family number 1, integrity, self-respect.
I'm not
Don't
putting
clean it
numbers
up
on
for him. Don't clean it up for
I'm
him.
not putting no numbers on it. I'm putting it the way I put it. You can numberize it, but all equates to the being that I am.
Okay, let me shut the fuck up and just film this shit.
So there's no real numerical shit to it.
Okay.
We deem it as such.
I got you.
But that ain't what it really is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's about the presence of being.
Hey, that's life.
Exactly.
It may look like this, but it could be something else.
With that being said, number 3 is my video games because
Got it.
if I don't have that shit, I wouldn't probably be talking to y'all right now. I'd be behind bars. Got me to touch somebody. Some of this dumbass shit they be doing out in the world. They wouldn't have that temperance to be able to be like, you know what? Yeah, alright, you have a blessed day.
You know what? Not to mention, we gotta give shout out to video games because we've been playing those motherfuckers since Atari and
Straight up.
Shouts out.
Commodore,
EA
first
Sports,
computer,
Madden.
Madden. You know what I'm saying?
Mario Kart,
Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
Shout out to the
And we're gonna shout outs to Uno, baby.
Uno, baby.
Uno was the first video game.
Hey, that's about board games. That's what
Board games as well.
Kids. These new kids don't really know shit about that.
Make sure you play Uno with your
Sugar
kids.
Land, all that shit.
All that
Was it
shit.
Candyland?
You know what I'm
Candyland.
saying? I got
I was
Monopoly
still
on
in
my
Candyland.
Let me show y'all real life. I got Monopoly on my motherfucker's PlayStation.
Monopoly?
Hey, that's
Straight
what's
up.
right.
That's what you want to play when you don't
Yeah.
want to go nowhere for the rest of the night.
They got
You're gonna be there for 4 hours.
You gonna be high.
Nah,
Nice fun and chill.
They got 3 versions. They got the long version. They got a speed version. They got another quick
I never
version.
played no speed version. I only know Monopoly though.
Hey.
I got in the box and home.
Hey, this
Only
shit is
play.
dope.
Yep.
One day we're gonna fuck around and play, and y'all niggas gonna be in this motherfucker battling. You auction our properties if you don't want them. It's way different than the board game that we originally encountered. It's different.
What about Clue?
Monopoly was my shit.
They got Clue.
I love
They got Clue on there too.
Colonel Mustard did it. Damn
Clue
it.
was my shit.
Listen,
Cause you get your little
I'm
bag.
about to go online and purchase
Yeah.
it. I was about to purchase it last month.
I love that
They
shit.
got Risk. Who played Risk growing up?
Risk, yeah, I played.
They got Risk. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
they
purchase
got Risk
it.
too?
Niggas
What about
Niggas
Battle?
get ready to get your battles on, nigga.
What
yeah,
was the
no.
Battlefield? You had 2 separate things. You put
Yeah, well, yeah.
Was that a Risk? That was a Risk.
Stratego, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm that kid.
Stratego was my
I'm
shit.
that kid,
And you,
nigga.
Stratego was my
Strategy
shit.
battles.
Who
my
sang
thing.
my battleship?
Battleship.
Or Connect Four? Remember Connect
Hey,
Four?
not the
Yeah.
movie with Ariana, with Rihanna.
Hey,
We talking about the film.
Hey, you won't know, but between me and you, Frankel, let's go back to caramels.
Oh, caroms.
Caroms.
After school, baby.
Yeah.
After school, baby.
Cannonball.
I used to rock fools on the caroms.
Hey, so with that being said, video games number 3. Without video
Validated.
games, a lot of us in this motherfucker, we probably went crazy somewhere early in life.
Yeah.
Straight up, dealing with some of the fucked up shit in our dysfunctional families we grew up with. Real talk.
Yeah.
So, that being said, moving on to number dos.
Dos.
Go!
Sweet.
Dose will be
Whoa.
Black and Brown Movement, the music entity of everything that it is that I'm doing now, with my family, which is my movement, Black and Brown. My brothers, that will be everything collectively that we're building and get ready to bring y'all real soon, especially these youth centers. That's what's really primarily my focus, and hopefully to have established for this year, and as our first door open, so I can see my young generation of children come in here and get this knowledge we got for them. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my number 2, the Black and Brown movement and the things that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the Black and Brown movement, Indie Productions, Positive Minded Apparel, Hip Hop for the People. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is in whole. We're a movement. That's why we say one movement, because we're a collective. Y'all see what it is in a minute. Oh, I forgot my other family. University Hip Hop Museum and Radiotron. We all one consortium. Be ready, man. We're getting ready to blow y'all wigs back. Understand that. Then number 1. Number 1, I can't live without. It's prevalent to what you said your number 1 is. God. But it's the presence of God. And it's his faith. I can't live without faith.
Amen, brother.
You gotta have faith.
You'd be dead by now.
I wouldn't be standing here talking to y'all today if it wasn't for my faith. So without that, I wouldn't be present today. So that's my number 1, is my faith. My faith in God and Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, is why I breathe. This year on 420, I just celebrated 28 years of a second life that God blessed me with. The man, the doctor, he said I wasn't gonna ever walk again. Well, nigga, I ride a bike like a cyclist. So understand the realness of what God is. I am a miracle.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
This podcast has been brought to you by Black and Brown Movement. We do this. This is podcast number 19.
19. That's
19.
Yes, 9.
This is 9.
This is Silas. I will be back on the podcast. I mean, I will not be far. And trust you, we got many more to come. I'll let you guys do your outros. Give out your social media, or where people can reach you.
Black Brown Movement 88. Let me spell it out for those dyslexic ones.
D-A-L.
Okay. I wasn't going that far, but BLACKBROWN. Black Brown Movement, MOVEMENT, with the number 8888 at Instagram, at YouTube channel. Check us out, Black and Brown Movement. Look us up on Facebook. You'll find the page.
Google us, motherfucker.
Google it. You'll find everything. You know,
Hip Hop for the People.
Hip Hop for the People has a separate page. IMC Black
It's
Brown
on Facebook
IMC
and Instagram
has a separate page.
and
But,
Shopify.
You know, be looking out for our new website launching. Not sure what we're gonna call it yet, but it's gonna have everything, so you don't have to go to separate links. But that's the social media right there, man. That's
Well,
how
yeah.
you find us.
Absolutely.
Comments, feedback on the YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
What about my boy JR here? Give out your handle. Your shout out.
You can reach me on everything JR Holmes Music. I'm on SoundCloud.com/JR Holmes Music. You can check out some of my original projects. A lot of stuff I'm doing right now is on SoundCloud. Oh.
That's JR, folks.
That was music from the gallery.
Thanks for the music background. You can also find me on my Instagram, JR Holmes. You can follow all the adventures I'm going around, and a lot of them. I'm really having some big adventures in LA and all around the place, man.
We're looking forward to it.
Blessed to see it. So follow me, JR.
I'm looking forward to working with you tonight. You know,
Man, let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it in.
I'm Siloe
Cali
B.
Sunshine.
I am Silas. Black and Brown Movement, Prophet, Young Prophet Silas. You can reach me at SILOEB, Siloe B, at Instagram. So hit me up.
MadVerblz One, Instagram, Hip Hop for the People, Instagram, Hip Hop for the People, Facebook, you know what it is. PMA, Positive Minded Apparel, Facebook, Shopify, Hip Hop for the People at Shopify. You know what it is. Black and Brown Movement, man.
You know what it is.
Devious. Go on and shout out in Espanol, but let's try to keep it.
Oh, wait, one moment. Shout out to Teddy, Stars Enterprise.
Stars Enterprise.
Shout out to my boy.
WashHouseAudio.com.
WashHouseAudio. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Astro and Gusto out there in Vegas for the Memorial Day
Shouts
weekend.
out to We Vape.
Do Vape.
We do vape.
We do vape.
Do vape.
Right there on Figueroa and Adams. Took Silas over there to get him a coil earlier today. So do vape. Shouts out to Big Kev. He was there.
Shouts out to MadMart with that real good, clean medical weed.
Hey, shouts out
Recreational,
to
you got your ID, you good to go.
shouts out to Brass Monkey. Still going strong.
That funky
years.
monkey.
You know what I'm saying?
Brass
Monkey.
That
funky monkey.
I'll see y'all next
Brass
week.
monkey. That funky monkey.
That's Brandon special.
Right.
What's up, Double
Shouts
B?
out to Double B, Brandon Bradford.
Yeah, what
Shouts
is
out
that?
to
I don't know.
your brother, Jesse.
Oh, so.
Hey, Sue.
Well, no, because I was just waiting for you to finish, but I guess. Well, yeah. Shout out to my brother Jesse Kova Photography.
Jesse Kova.
Jesse Kova.
Jesse Kova.
Jesse Kova Photography once again. People that are actually listening to our podcast, that actually, once again, that actually did, because they listened to our podcast, hired my brother Jesse Kova, and for to do for a wedding for them, for photography for them, which is good. Which I love that feedback. I love it. My brother was enjoying it. He did mention, mention the Black and Brown Movement podcast.
Hey, now that you said that, tell Jesse Cole I'm gonna need that nigga to come and do me a family portrait with my daughter or my wife. You know what I'm saying? Pay homage.
That's
Word.
what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
So,
Hey.
shout out to them. Shout out to also SoCal City Settles.
That's what I was
Thank
gonna say.
you very
Good shit.
much.
SoCal City
Coachella.
Hey, our boy right there, Mr. Rivera out
And
there.
Casa de la
Ricky,
Calacas.
Ricky Ray
Casa de
Rivera.
la
Rivera, thank you very much. And also to the band,
The band Casa de la Casa.
Casa de los Calacas.
Calacas.
Oh,
Big
hey,
ups.
big
Yeah,
ups.
dope as
Love
fuck.
your music, man.
We'll be collabing soon.
Looking forward to working with you guys pretty soon and
Shout
actually
out
have another
to,
interview with you
I'm ready
guys.
to ride.
Alfred.
I'm ready to
And also,
ride.
shout out to Hub
Mike.
City Brewery,
Hub City Brewery.
and Brujeria.
Alfred.
To Mr.
I'm
Mayan.
gonna get some of that beer next month.
Oh, we're going. Hey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you right now the current events that we're having coming up in June. We got June 23rd. We got Radiotron, which,
MacArthur Park, 10
go-
to 6 p.m. Come out and support. It's
Real
free
hip-hop.
for the family.
Legends
Real
of
hip hop.
hip-hop.
The very next day, SoCal San Jose's
Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Universal Hip Hop
we will have another event where we will be going to
following
SoCal.
day.
The following day, we will be in Long
June
Beach,
24th, Long
which
Beach.
will be in a museum.
Black and Brown Radio Podcast.
It'll
be on the
be
scene.
it's a Latino
Live
Museum of Art.
Yeah.
We will be there from 2 to 7. I would suggest to go out there. The tickets are on sales. They're $35 each a pop. You want
Unlimited
VIP,
beer drinking.
unlimited beer drinking with another
All
20.
the dope crap.
You're gonna have another 20 different home breweries.
Of LA.
You're gonna have Firestone's gonna be there. You're gonna have Things with City. SoCal's gonna be there
You're
as
gonna
well.
have big boys.
So looking forward to that event as well.
And we'll have our footage in Starwood. Gotta give it out to
You gotta give a shout out to Starwood's gonna be in the house.
Starwood Brewery, hey,
They gave
shout
my
out to
brother
them.
MadVerblz a t-shirt, man. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them as
Big
well.
boys, all the brewers in Coachella, man. Shout out. Wicked Brewing.
I don't know if they're gonna be there again, but the burrito people who did the tacos, you know what I'm saying? It says sin no estetivo, no estadia.
Yeah.
Tacos al carbone, but they'll
So ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of events coming up pretty
July
much next
28th,
month.
what's good in the
And then
hood?
July 28th, let them know what is good
What's
in
good
the hood.
Second
12
half
to 5, second half park.
So if you're in town, if you're in the Southern California area, this is your chance to hang out with the Black and Brown Movement.
enjoy real good
Enjoy
music.
real music, enjoy real good brew.
Yep.
And once again, this has been the Black and Brown Movement podcast.
That's right. And how we ended everybody, we said, what? One love and one
One movement.
movement.
Amen.
Good night, everybody.